Hey everybody, my name is Kaz. Welcome to Party of Two. You're watching Food Talk TV, and I'm here to make some orange chicken for you guys today. Welcome in, and I'm waiting for my commentator to come in. It's going to be Sketchy Chef today. So hi everybody. I'm going to get ready. We're doing orange chicken. There's, you know what? Orange chicken was invented back in the 80s by Panda Express. It's not a traditional uh, Chinese dish. So you're going to find lots of different recipes and lots of different ways to make it on the internet. Uh, Basically, it's however the person prefers it, you know. There's some that have a very, very light liquidy sauce. Panda Express has got a thick sauce, and I'm going to be making, something in between. It's going to be just easy. There's no exact measurements, but if you follow what I'm doing, you're going to have a really, really tasty dish. Hey there, California Huntress. Oh, looks like we've got Sketchy Chef here. Let's see. And here she comes.
Hola.
Hey there, how you doing? Okay, so I'm going to start with one of the things that's going to take the longest, and that's going to be the rice. So I'm not even sure what this measurement is, but basically when you're making rice, you just need the same amount of rice, and then you take that and you double it for the water. Looks like Sketchy dropped out. She'll come back in a second. So, there's the rice, and we're just going to double the water. That's it. Pretty simple. We're going to bring it to a boil, and set it aside for 20 minutes. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Oh. I see maybe she's trying to come in. Sketchy Chef is connected already. There we go. Alright. Okay, so let's get to it. This is going to come to a boil. As soon as it comes to a boil, though, I'm going to move it off to another burner behind me so that I'll have room for everything else, because we're cooking a couple of different things today. Hey Moses, how you doing, buddy? I'm going to be using chicken thighs today. So, some people like chicken breast. Chicken thighs, very flavorful, and really hard to overcook. So, you they're really forgiving. So I'm going to start prepping my veggies. Oh, you know what? Before I prep the veggies, let me go ahead and work on the chicken first, because there's a technique in Chinese cooking. It's called velveting, and velveting actually makes the chicken tender because it's pretty much flash fried all the time, and we are going to be using a wok for that. So let's go ahead and cut up the chicken and get it velveting and marinating. Okay. We're going to cut the chicken into strips. We don't need all of this fat. So let's get rid of that. Yeah, we don't need that. My puppy's going to like it though, so it's going in the doggy dish. And let's go ahead and cut this stuff up. I'm doing about half-inch slices. So, how's everybody doing today? Where's everybody from? And I think we are going to need to get Sketchy or the Chef God or someone in the house. So I'm going to invite a couple people. I may have to invite Bestie Sherry. Now I understand if you guys are not camera ready. Let's see. Okay, let's get back to it. Let's cut these in half so they can make manageable strips. I want them to be about an inch long. They are going to puff up once they get breaded. And I'm not trying to be that precise with them. But they're going to be awesome. So, anybody who's just coming in, I'm making orange chicken. And it's an easy recipe. Basically, you're making an orange flavored sweet and sour syrup. The flavor all comes from the sugar. It comes from the sugar, and it comes from the orange, and it comes from vinegar. So I see Granny is asking me if I'm getting messages, but I'm not really seeing what the messages are because the camera's too far away. So anyway, the orange chicken right now, what I'm doing is I'm velveting the chicken, and we're waiting for the rice to boil so that I can set that aside. This may be enough chicken, but I'm going to go ahead and do some more anyway. Let's get this done. Then we're going to move on. I'm going to be doing a double fry today too, by the way. So, double fry. In the first fry is just to harden up the shell of the chicken, the breading, and the second fry is to completely make it crispy. That way your chicken will stay crispy for a long time. And because we're going to be using a orange syrupy sauce on this, we absolutely need it to stay crispy as long as possible. Okay, let's go ahead and get this knife out of the way. And we're going to start marinating the chicken. You know what? Let's go ahead and do this first. We're going to get an egg. Full egg. And let's beat this sucker up. A little salt in there. That's about half a teaspoon of salt. Let's get some cornstarch. I'm going to set aside a tablespoon of or cornstarch, and there's about 2-3 tablespoons in there. So let's get that in there, and that's done. We need the rest of it though, a tablespoon, so that we can make the orange sauce for the orange chicken a little bit later. Okay, let's get that. Right now it's lumpy, but as I mix it and mix it and mix it, it's going to become smooth. It's already becoming smooth, as a matter of fact. You guys, please give Food Talk TV a follow. We have creators that come on every day. We come on actually multiple times a week, and well, we come on every day and sometimes multiple times a day. Okay, so this is becoming very, very, very smooth. I'm going to put a little flour in here to give it a little bulk. We want it to have maybe the consistency closer to a pancake batter. Okay, let's get a little wine in here, a little acid. This is Shaoxing. It is Chinese wine. Now, already in here we have egg yolk. I mean, not egg yolk, a complete egg. We have cornstarch. We have flour. We have salt. Now let's go ahead and get the chicken in here. We want to completely coat the chicken, and we're going to set this aside. Yes, it's also completely coating my hands. This marinade is going to make the chicken stay tender longer, because it has to live up to the frying in the wok, the flash frying. It's best if you can do this for an hour, half an hour before, but this show is only an hour long, so. And trust me, it's going to be good. So, let me set this aside and wash my hands real quick. Hey everybody, you are watching Food Talk TV. My name is Kaz. This is Cooking with Kaz. And it does look like my induction oven doesn't want to do its thing. Or my induction plate doesn't want to do its thing. That's okay. I got backup. I think I see an icon for My Humble Kitchen. What's going on? Okay. Alright. Yeah. Looks like we're starting to do this. Let's get this out of the way. And we are going to start on our vegetable prep. Our vegetables in this case are going to be onions and peppers. Now you don't often see orange chicken with peppers, but I like them, so. And since I'm eating them, that's all that really matters. That was a 10-second cooking school. Now we're cutting these into 1 inch by 1 inch pieces. We're not dicing them or slicing them. They're just going to be chunks. So this is not a precision thing. They're going to be about this big a piece, okay? Because I actually want to see them in my food. We're going to cook these in a little bit of oil just until they're tender. Going to do the same thing with the onion. You guys give us a follow if you like cooking, because we cook Food Talk TV every single day. Tomorrow show is going to be Frank Strana. His show is called Let's Be Frank, or Let Me Be Frank. And his food is gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. He comes on at 2 o'clock Central Time, noon Pacific. He's got a large female following. When you see his show, you'll know why too. Also, if you haven't had a chance, go to grubmatch.tv and vote for the winner of Grub Match. If you didn't see it, right on that page is a link to the YouTube video. We need YouTube subscribers, so we'd appreciate it. I'm using a white onion here. And talk about a watch pot never boils. This is just water and rice. It's been on there for 20 minutes. I'm sorry, it's going to the stove, okay? This thing is going to the stove and it's going to boil. Alright. So, the onion is going to be cut in 1 inch quarters as well. Quarters, and I'm going to break them up. Another thing that I've seen on videos for orange chicken is you always season the oil, okay, with a Oriental seasoning. Basically, it's garlic and ginger, sometimes a little scallion. This dish doesn't require that because it's not that type of savory dish. So when I was first starting to make this, I always said, "Oh, it's Chinese. It needs the little trinity, the Chinese trinity, the ginger and the garlic and the scallion." But you know, if you go to Panda Express, you're not tasting any of that. You're tasting the sweet and sour sauce. So basically, it's a waste. So I'm not going to be doing it now, and I'm not going to be showing you how to do that. Okay, so you take the onions and you just break them up. And that's going to be our veggies. Last time I did this at home, I also put mushrooms in there too. So, kind of a clean out your fridge kind of deal. So let's put this aside. And I'll be back to it. Now this is where we're going to find out whether it was the water that wasn't boiling or whether it was the induction. If this doesn't work, I got plenty of heat sources, okay? So, let's see what we got here. Let's get some oil in there. Oh yeah, that's getting hot. But maybe it's just not getting hot enough. We're going to use this to double fry the chicken. I'm using about 16 ounces of oil, which is half this bottle. And I wish I could be reading your comments. I wish I could. I wish I had somebody in here to read the comments. We normally do. But I will invite a few people in this time. You know what? I'm going to invite some people, some unlikely people. Let's give it a try. Okay, I'm not feeling comfortable with this one, so we're going to go toward a real burner. And this is also going to be friendly toward the wok as well. So this is a live show, so live stuff happens. See, I caught myself. Live stuff happens. Feels like there's enough. Fire! Okay. That sucker's going to heat up. We're getting rid of this one, just so I can have some room. And it's suddenly much quieter in here. I love it. Okay. Alrighty. So, for the first fry, we're going to do this at a low fry. We're going to put the chicken in. This chicken has been velveting and marinating probably for like the last 20 minutes. We're going to put it in there and fry it once at a low heat. Just we're going to do it just until till it starts to get golden. We're going to take it out. We're going to set it aside, and we're going to do this again for another 2 minutes until it's nice and crispy. The reason why you want to do this is because we're going to make a sweet sticky sauce for the orange chicken, and we don't want it to get, we don't want the breading just to fall off. We want it to have still some bite to it. So, let's see what we got here. If you don't have one of these, it's an infrared thermometer. Get one. I think they probably only got. When I bought this one, I think it cost $100, but I think on Amazon you can get them for as low as $25. Okay, so this is up to 250. Let's crank the heat just a little bit. We're trying to get it up to 300. And I'm going to bring the camera down closer so that you guys can watch it fry, because, you know, this is TikTok. You guys like to watch stuff fry. So, let's see. Take a little bit of this and see how it's going. Okay. The batter is so sticky, I'm not going to stick my finger in it. Oh, came right up to boil. So let's go ahead. All right. So I'm putting this in piece at a time. Don't drop it like this. All you do is splatter it. Just put it right to the oil and put it in. Don't be afraid. If you try to drop it in too high, you're going to get burnt. And we don't want that. We want to enjoy our food. We don't want to be afraid of cooking, okay? So thank you for everybody who's coming in. I really wish that I was in a position to see your comments, but we've got enough moderators in the house where they can, if you ask a question, they'll be able to tell you exactly what I'm doing. And they'll be able to tell you exactly what I've done. And thank you for the follow. I appreciate the follow. If you could give Food Talk TV a follow, that would be awesome. Also, when you follow us, please hit the bell so that you know when we go live. We go live multiple times a day, and we go live every single day. We're also going to be adding just a lot more people to the roster. So you're going to find, if you ever need to find a good cook, or just you want to watch good food, you'll be able to go to Food Talk TV. We'll be right here. We are the Food Network of TikTok. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the camera a little bit closer. So that you guys can maybe see what's going on over here. Get the food out of the comments maybe. So this is what I started with right here. This is chicken marinated. Look at the way it's plumping up. Now I might use a spatula, but since I'm doing Chinese food, I have to use chopsticks. It's the law. All I'm doing is turning it over, making sure it's getting fried on both sides. We're not trying to cook it completely. All we're doing is getting the crust set. See how white it is? This is what we're looking for. And the crust is set on that. So let's go ahead and get that out of there. Ooh, there's my, looks like that's ready. Okay. If you go to a Chinese restaurant, this is the way the chicken is done all day long. When you're ready to order though, it goes in for the second fry. It's another trick on how your order comes out so quickly all the time. The first fry is done early in the morning. Doesn't look done because it's not done. Okay, now I'm going to put the rest of the chicken in there. Once this is done, I'm going to take it off and we're going to increase the heat to about 400 degrees. And that'll be the second fry. But before we do that, we're going to make the sweet and sour sauce, sweet for the orange chicken. You guys are going to be so impressed on how simple this is. You're going to want to make it at home. Okay, notice how this is going in with a pancake-like dough. When it comes out, it's going to be puffy. So this is supposed to be a live with multiple hosts, but apparently TikTok doesn't want to let that happen today. So I'm flying solo. Now see how this is puffing up? Let's go ahead and flip these over just a little bit. Yes. Oh yeah. The shell on these, the breading is getting nice and set. Now when these all go back in, they'll all go back in. We won't put them in two separate batches. I'm going to put them in all together. The reason why I put them in separately is so that they wouldn't stick together. Oh, somebody wants me to turn the fire on high. No, this is these are, I'm doing a double fry, guys. This is not the first time it goes on low. But thank you for the suggestion. I appreciate it. I'm just using a different technique. This is a double fry. Okay, so these are ready too because the breading is set. And we're not trying to get them done crispy. We just want the breading to be set. So let's get these out of here now too. Also, for people who have ever done, say, Korean fried chicken, the double fry is the reason why that chicken is always so crispy. Okay. So, this gets set aside for about 10 minutes while I do my other stuff, and then it's all going to go back in here for that finished fry, okay? We're going to move this here and we're going to start making some sauce. Let's go back up so that you guys can see me. and possibly see what I'm doing. It is 12:36. We're going to try and get this done for you. Okay, for the sauce, we're going to need some oranges. Now, I had something funny happen just before the live. I knew that I was going to need I knew that I was going to need a burner in the back so that I could have my rice simmering until it was done. And I turned on the burner. I had other stuff sitting there, which shouldn't have been a big deal at all. But as it turns out, I turned on the wrong burner. So the oranges were on that burner. A bench scraper was on that burner. A bunch of stuff with plastic handles was on that burner. Yeah, it was fun. So my oranges are still warm right now, by the way. Let's get 2 oranges. Now I only need a little bit of juice, maybe about half a cup of juice, but you never know. Let's go ahead and we are going to need some zest. And let's go ahead and get the zest off of this. Nice, nice, nice. Ooh, yeah. Now the zest is what really is where all the orange oil is. Really going to give it that flavor and that smell. And in this case, I'm just going to use the zest of half of an orange. That's all zest. And let's go ahead and juice it. In this case, I'm using a ricer as my juicer because I have to use it for more than just potatoes. Otherwise, it's a waste of $18. And plus, it does perfect. Alright, there's my orange juice. That's about half a cup. Okay. Alright. You can get this out of the way. My rice, which was 1 cup of rice and 2 cups of water. It's done and perfect. So I'm just going to set that aside. And I'm going to cut these wedges up for decoration. And I think so. Awesome. Let's set these aside too. Get out some of this stuff out of the way that I don't need, and we're going to get down to it. We're going to move this, and we're going to use the wok. We're going to put together a sauce and our veggies. That's hot oil, guys. I'm always careful with hot oil. Okay? So, orange juice. That's the base of our orange chicken. Let's put a little Shaoxing wine in there. We're going to make a slurry with low sodium soy sauce. Previously, I set aside 1 tablespoon of my cornstarch. We're going to get that in there. And this is gone. Goes to the recycling. Now, a lot of people use water for their slurry. I need the soy sauce in there anyway, so why not use that, right? This is going to be about a quarter cup. Quarter cup is 4 tablespoons. You guys, if you can give us a follow at Food Talk TV, we would really appreciate it. And you'll get a lot of good content. Lots and lots of good content. We're live every single day. We also have a website, which is foodtalktv.com. We're available on all platforms. Yeah, and we need YouTube followers. We need YouTube followers. We want to go live on YouTube. Okay, so that's slurry. Remember, when you do a slurry in advance, always remember to stir it up again, because cornstarch starts to settle at the bottom, and you'll pour it out, and half of that thickening agent is still going to be at the bottom. So, all right. So let's get back to the base. This is orange juice. We're going to add about a quarter cup of sugar. A lot of people use white sugar, and a lot of people use brown sugar. It just depends on your taste. In this case, it's going to be white sugar, because we're making a syrup. We're going to use just a tiny bit of salt in here. Maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon, which is commonly referred to as a dash. We need a little vinegar in here. And then I'm going to taste it, because we're making a sweet and sour, and everybody's taste isn't exactly the same, okay? So you want to taste it. And if it needs a little bit more sweetness, you put a little bit more sugar in there. If it needs a little bit more sour, then you put a little bit more vinegar. That's the way sweet and sour works. It's already thick. Now, because this is going to go on a wok, and it's going to go on a hot wok, I'm going to add some more water in there, because I don't want it to get too thick too quickly. Wow, that was good. Very orangey. More orangey than I thought it would be. Okay, that was very good. All right, so let's water it down just a little bit more. and that comes to like a cup of sauce. Now, if you want it darker, you can make it darker, okay, by adding brown sugar to it. If you want it darker, this is what I'm looking for today, though. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and change my fuel source here. It's got a little bit in there, but I don't think it's going to make it. So thank you for watching Food Talk TV. We appreciate every follow. We appreciate the gifts. We appreciate the support. We appreciate our Food Talk TV family. You guys are obviously all in here today. We love you. And our family is going to be growing. As a matter of fact, we've already added one new creator. His name is JoJo, Homo Pomo Chef. If he's in the comments, say something, guys, so that you can give him a follow. And in a couple weeks, he's going to start. He'll be on Fridays, live from the Pompadour restaurant or cafe. Let's get some of this stuff out of the way, because we're going to get down to business. First thing on the agenda here is to do the second fry on our chicken. Get that out of the way. I'm going to move the camera closer so you can see what's going on. I'm sorry I didn't catch the person in the comments that wanted the heat to be hotter on the first fry, but now you're going to get your wish. Because this needs to be hot, hot, hot. And very quickly, it's all the way up to 330. We want to get this up to 375, 400. Okay, we're up to 350. $360. Okay, it's time to get the chicken in. This is the way it looks after the first fry. We have not browned it at all. It's golden. Now we're going to get this have a chance to absorb a lot of the liquid from the inside of the chicken. Now it's going to go down for the second fry. This is the hot one. We put it in 2 separate batches because we didn't want anything to stick together, but now all we're doing is trying to get it brown. This should take about 2 minutes. Then we're going to get the wok on. Going to get our wok on. This is already starting to brown up. Thank you for following, guys. We appreciate the gifts. We appreciate the love. We come on every single day of the week. We do this all for you. But we are making big changes here. We're going to be bringing on a lot more cooks and a lot more shows, a lot more personalities. Some people that you know from TikTok from a long time ago, and some new people. Yes, this is really, really nice. Really nice. So I don't think I've ever done a live by myself on Food Talk TV. But I guess I'm, well, I had a different way of saying it, but I have to watch my language. Okay, it's looking good. And I'm going to let it get just a tiny bit darker. Now I used chicken thighs, guys, so this is staying juicy no matter what. Okay, this is a nice golden brown. The stuff is done. It's time for it to come off. And because I double fried it, it's going to stay crispy and hold up to the orange chicken coating that's going to go on there. I want to say syrup. It actually is a syrup. I'll say it's a syrup. Okay. Let's get this frying pan out of here. And let's get our wok on, okay? I'm using a carbon steel wok, which at one point I did have a non-stick, but non-stick is the same no matter whether it's a wok or whether it's a frying pan. After a while, it's not non-stick anymore, and you're probably just eating the coating. So I'm going to leave the cameras in for you guys can see what's going on here. So what I'm doing right now is preheating the wok. You want to wait until you can see a slight smoke before you put anything in there. I'm going to be using a combination of olive oil and canola oil. Didn't come in this bottle. I reuse this bottle. The bottle that it comes in is a big bottle from the restaurant store. Okay. So I can see a slight wisp of smoke here. What I'm doing is putting the oil along the side. And now for my veggies. Trying to break up all these onions. And I'm not cooking these until they're translucent. I still want them to be crispy to the bite. It's called crispy tender. That's what you're looking for, is crispy tender. Alright, let's go for the base of the orange sauce. Make sure that the sugar at the bottom is stirred up. Alright, let's get this heat just a little bit higher. I'm actually over here on the other side. I know that you can't see me, but I just plated some rice. And we are going to, because we're almost done here, guys. Now, let's get the cornstarch slurry going. Remember, stir up the cornstarch before you put it in, because it tends to sink to the bottom. Stir this while you're putting the cornstarch in. Otherwise, you'll just get one giant clump. What you're looking for is big bubbles. Not boiling bubbles, but big bubbles. That's what we're getting right now. Big bubbles. And now, let's get some chicken in there. All we're doing is warming it through. And that's it. That's orange chicken. Let's go ahead and get this on a plate. And you guys, this this orange chicken. I hope you like it. And yes, I'm going to taste it. Thank you, thank you, thank you everyone for sticking with me. I appreciate it. It smells amazing. It does. It smells amazing. I always try to get a little rice in there. Man, I killed this. I killed this recipe. I'm going to put it up on foodtalktv.com. I appreciate all of you for coming. If you haven't yet, please give Food Talk TV a follow. We cook every day for your enjoyment. Sometimes we cook twice a day. We love our family. Subscribe, follow, hit the bell. Thank you, everyone. This has been Party of Two. My name is Kaz.